When I started this fish and film series, I planned to highlight the best or the most interesting piece of a fishing trip. I also figured I'd sometimes take one run or one pull and show how I'd fish it. I thought the videos would be technical, but I realized too that I didn't want to miss the other side of fishing. I wanted to show the woods and the water and capture the feeling of those moments that we all have, like hanging out with the dog on the riverbank and just being streamside and knowing how it feels out there. I think every long-term angler knows that this is why we fish, or should I say it's half of it. It's these intangibles that call you back to the river day after day. And yeah, it's the mystery of what it takes to catch trout, too. So our waters have been really low, which is crazy because it was so high all the way through the month of June and part of July. And it's taken some adaptations to catch trout. I broke my hand, too, and I'm still dealing with that. But I've been testing leaders and fishing small, natural, unbeaten flies a lot. This is a micro monorig I'm fishing here. And this trout ate what I call a standard issue. It's just a hare's ear platform, and the fly was a size 18. I tried a lot of different things that day, which is what kind of keeps me motivated in the first place. It's not just the fish, but kind of the next tactic, the refinement of things. That's what I love the most. So I've been getting around. All of our waters are cold enough again. I've been fishing a lot of streamers and trying to force feed them that. Dry flies, man, that's really been difficult. It's like the trout are still disappointed that the cicadas are gone too. I've seen very few risers, and as low as the water is, they're not responding to ants and terrestrials as much as they usually do in the summers. But I've been fishing. Along with streamer retrieves, I've been fishing the crossover technique quite a bit too. Part streamer, part nymphing. Because it's a really cool way to cover water and see how much some of these sections changed during the high water, the really high flows that we had in late spring. There's a lot of new gravel bars and just more structure that has changed. I'm catching most trout around that structure. A couple weeks ago it was deeper holes and slower stuff, but now I seem to be doing best by getting really tight to the structure. And sometimes that structure is new wood that's under the water. And in these little flows, I can see it. These are mostly brown trout, so they love the wood and the brushy banks, right? So as always, I'm more than willing to change things up. But I think I've done it a little too much. Because I'm kind of limited with this broken hand. It takes twice as long to tie a knot. It takes twice as long to change leaders. Everything's just a little more difficult without the normal dexterity of my hand, my fishing hand. It really has changed the way I have to cast, and I'm realizing how much the nuances of a good cast happen in that last squeeze of the rod on the cork to kind of punch things out exactly how you want them. Because I really can't do that right now. But it's been good. I've been getting around fishing and testing things out. I do think I've pushed it too much though, because the limitations have been kind of frustrating. So I decided I should kind of simplify things, and that's what I started doing yesterday. So I want to show you part of that. Just the highlight from the most memorable part of a good fishing trip. So I have a history with this spot. It's the first place I ever fished this river, probably some 20 years ago. And there's one log under the water that's been there all of these years. And then branches come in and kind of get stuck on it, and it's just always a mess in there. But I've got some really nice trout out of there, and I always just look forward to fishing it. Ooh. Not the one I was looking for, but that's all right. So that's cool. Both fish ate the trailer. Bait and switch concept. Green weenie as the bait, and kind of the old standby hare's ear variation, very small, as the trailer. They both kind of ate the same spot too, almost identical spots. Come back in, so let me grab another one. These limbs, it's real important for me to be speedy. I'm not slowing that cast down under the limbs. I want to create nice tight loops with this mono rig. I'm not really changing my stroke at all. All I'm doing is dropping the angle of the stroke. Still getting a good little tuck cast coming in there. I like it. Ooh. There's a little corner back there. I'm kind of saving. That's a good drift. So this bait and switch, this trailer is not good for spots like that. I could, of course, change. Why is it not good? Because it's tight, right? I got overhanging limbs and I'm just going to be less accurate. I got it in. Get in, drop. That one I like. Oh. I'm gonna do something I haven't done for a while. Throw an IPW. Make that the bait. Bait and switch concept, I think, just makes sense. Get their attention with something that they might eat it. But a little brighter, a little bigger, a little bolder. And then, you know, kind of seal the deal with something that is like, well, they see it all the time. You know, they go, oh, I know what that is. I always say, like, I don't care what they eat. If they ate a squirmy every day, I'd fish it every day. They're around here. They don't eat them every day. So why would I throw, you know, a bright pink IPW at them? I don't know if I expect them to eat it as much as I just want to try to turn them on in a different way. So they take the switch, take the other fly. Let's get their attention. Caught two in there. I think I moved another one. I'm in a good spot. Change my fly, see what happens. I usually try to change just one thing at a time. I'm gonna give up on that corner. Did a nice job not hanging up. Really didn't want to hang up in there before fishing this. Hey, that was a hit for sure. Damn it. He ate the lower fly again. Put me right in the log. I mean, I went hard on him. He's right there. Right there. That's a good fish. It's like the fish house. Size of fish, the quality of fish that I'm catching when the cicadas were out. He was coming out too. Snagged on that last piece of the branch. That's too bad. So I said, like, the last few days have just been a little frustrating. Really not able to do what I want to do with this still broken hand, I guess. And I think I was just pushing it too much. And I tend to do that in the first place. Goof around, test this. That's fine. But if it starts to frustrate me, I should probably just get back to home base, you know? That's what's working for me this morning, because I limited myself. I decided I'm not gonna change leaders. You know, I'd change to a dry leader if the tricos would fall. Tricos are up there. They haven't fallen yet, but I got my eyes out. Anyway, I'd change to a dry leader, but I wasn't gonna goof around with leaders or experimental patterns. I haven't changed tippet size at all. I'm on 4X so that I can switch over to that streamer really easily. And I kind of picked a handful of flies in the morning, and that's all I'm fishing. I'm down in deep. When I'm nymphing, I'm getting in and leading through. I'm not tracking, I'm leading. And that's another thing. It's like I decided to just kind of simplify things, get back to home base, and it kind of returns me to what's fun about things out here. Sometimes I can just get a little too spread out, I think. That's not what I'm looking for. Let's take a look at these casts again. Very, very tight loops. That's what keeps me accurate and clear around these spots. If I catch one out of here, I'm really in trouble. So I cannot get the angle that I need. There's a log laying in that water. I'd love to stand right there. Can't, obviously, because of the branches. So I am going to cast out and across. I'm not going to skip that spot. I'm outside of my golden ratio. So I just can't get what I want in there from there. There's just so much going on. Branches coming in from here, pieces of logs. I could see, I tried it with a nymph. I wasn't really getting down until I was at the back end. I'm gonna throw two different streamers in there. First, it's just gonna be a half pint. I can see it. It's not gonna get real deep real quick. And I can kind of hopefully tease a trout out of there. Maybe the second streamer you know, try to really probe the depths in there. I mean, you know there's a fish in there. So, let's see. It's worth the change, because you know there's great fish in there. You start kind of right on the edge. Try to get a feel for my streamer. Alright, I'm going to start taking my shots. I like that a lot. Right where I want to be. Looks pretty good. So I mean, I coasted that right over the hangy limb in there. Also, I'm close. I'm about, hell, I'm only 15, 18 feet away from my target. Little head flip. Get even closer. Come on, trout. Right up in this upper corner. Again, if he would eat out of there, I mean, I am horsing him out real quick. Super quick. Alright, switch over to the heavier one. A pheasant bugger. Gunner Bramer. Pheasant bugger. It's tied from all pheasant skin. A pheasant tail, a couple different feathers. The back end has feathers that are like marabou. Front end has a couple palmered feathers. Very cool fly. Now I'm seriously gonna try to hang up. Hang up or hook up. I'm gonna hook up with a fish here. I'm gonna hang up on the bottom, one or the other. There we go. That made a difference. A/B test, right? That's cool. So you know what I'm going to say, right? That fish wasn't nearly as big as the one that I lost over there. That's true. So what just happened is one of the most rewarding things in fishing to me. I went in there with nymphs first. Didn't work. Switched over to the streamer. Kind of had a plan not to hang up on some of those branches that were just a few inches below the surface. Was able to follow through with that. Put it in all the corners that I wanted to with that half pint, but didn't get deep. And then I went in with the pheasant bugger, which has a heavy head. That's a 4.5 millimeter tungsten bead. And if you notice, I didn't move the streamer. I put it in there and it was falling, it got in, and it just, I was letting it drift. Because I had been moving the half pint. Anyway, bigger food for him, right? That was not moving away from him. And he didn't have to come up and get it. I basically fed it to him, you know? I kind of picked my spot and got stubborn about it. It's easy to walk right past that kind of stuff, but I fished that spot before and done well. Good times. That's the highlight of the day for me. Nothing better than that. You know, kind of solving problems and testing things. You make a change or two and it works. That doesn't mean it'll work in the next spot, but I know I have a plan. So that's about it. What do you think, Pupper? About ready? Okay, let's go.